Welcome back, everybody. Exercises for the workout this week. So the formula on this workout has you doing 3 exercises for an extended amount of time, and then a group of exercises that are going to go by a little bit quicker, shorter time. So on the longer exercises, your goal really is to maintain whatever range of motion and weight you start with. Your goal is to maintain it throughout. So if you have to slow your speed down a little bit in order to make all the way to the end of time, that's perfectly fine. I would rather see you do that than alter your form, lessen your range of motion, or have to drop a weight. So do your best to make it through the whole way. The first exercise on there is our weighted trans lunges with an overhead press. So you're going to want to grab a medium weight, something that you can do at least 10 overhead presses with. And we're going to hang on to it in one hand. So for this exercise, I'm going to start with the weight in my right hand. I'm going to be stepping with my right leg. So the same side that has the weight is the leg that's going to be moving. So I'm going to sit into a trans lunge, whichever one. Remember, I'm going to step back to 5 o'clock. I'm going to take it into a lunge. You got to really push the hips back to counteract that weight. I'm going to come back together, overhead press. And repeat, 5 o'clock, sit the hips down, back together, overhead press. Watch that the chest does not fall forward. The weight is going to force you to sit back more in that back heel. It's also going to force you to kind of press the elbow forward and rely on the shoulder and the obliques on that side a little bit more. So you'll go half time and switch sides. So then I've got it in my left hand. My left leg is moving. I'm stepping back to 7 o'clock. Sit into that hip. Back together. Single arm press. All right, guys. Then we're going to take our single leg walkouts that we've been working on, but we're going to take them and combine them with a scorpion plank. So I'm going to start, slide that out of my way. On my left leg, arms up. I'm going to reach it down. I'm going to walk on out. Abs in nice and tight. When I get there, I'm going to go push back into a scorpion plank. So stretch back with that leg in the air, back to plank, walk it all the way back up. Half time on one side before you switch to the other. I know that most of us would prefer to alternate legs on this one, but every time we alternate legs, we lose that extra bit of balance that we can be working on that single leg. So half time one leg, half time the other side. Next, we're going down for tuck-ins to bicycles. So this one is another combo move. We're going to start with that flat position that we did for the tuck-ins on earlier this week. So that full reach, I'm going to take one tuck-in all the way up, bring it all the way in. Then I'm going to take the hands behind my head and take a full bicycle from the ground on each side. And then I'm going to repeat. One big tuck in, full bicycle. So just like we talked about with the tuck-ins earlier this week, if you can't make it all the way up, lift as much of the upper body as you can. So if I can crunch to maybe here, and then on the bicycle, same thing. I'm going to sit up as high as I can pull, even if that means only my shoulder blades get up. The more you try, the harder you try to get a little higher, even if it's an inch every day, the easier those are going to get, stronger you'll get across the core. We are back to standing. So the next exercises are dropping back to that shorter time frame. Weighted single leg deadlift. Done these before. Single leg, abs in nice and tight, a little bit of a bend on that standing leg, reaching as low as you can. So day one, we were trying to touch those toes, but now we've got a weight in the hand, which is going to add some challenge to that balance and to the strength of the back of the standing leg. So reach as far as you can. Just make sure no matter what, the back stays straight. So if you're not very flexible in the hamstring and the glute on the side that you're standing on, this may be as far as you can get to with your leg in this position without having to round the back. So what you're gonna do then, if this is where you can get to, add a little bit of a bend to that bottom leg. I want you to get as low as you can, but never at the sacrifice of bending through your back. So nice straight back no matter what, bend the bottom knee if you need to get lower to the ground. Two more, we've got our speed beetles. We've done a lot of weighted beetles lately, which have been slow and concentrated. We're taking the weight out. We're gonna try to add a little speed here. So abs in nice and tight. Same beetle position, knees low. We're gonna rotate. As you come back through the middle, your goal is to get through as quick as you can to the other side. So your pause is on the outside, and then it's quick, pause, quick, pause. The challenge is gonna come in the shoulder. As you swing through with a little bit more speed, that shoulder is gonna have to stabilize a little bit more. Please remember that it's not life and death. If you go a little bit too far, just have a seat. Don't force your shoulder to be in some funky position while your leg is flailing around. Drop to your bottom, then pick back up on that shoulder. But working on a little extra shoulder endurance and mobility and strength on that one. Last one, we have our prone pointers. Prone just means we're down on those forearms. Legs nice and straight behind, abs in nice and tight, and then we're taking our typical pointer, opposite arm and leg reaching. So opposite arm and leg reach, back to center. Reach, back to center. Your goal on this one is to try really hard not to rock side to side. So if I'm on those elbows, abs in tight, when I go to lift, I don't want to turn my body. Lift the leg as high as you reach the arm so that your sternum and your navel stay centered the whole time. All right, guys, hope you have a great workout.